Bet you weren't expecting this, guys. Anyways, welcome back, guys. This is the King of Weebs here, and this is What If Naruto Was Raised by Kurama Part 1. This is a completely U-turn. You guys thought I was gonna make the Flying Raijin What If, but no. This was a recommendation from my good friend Photon Utsutsuki. My guy, like, he wanted to make this What If, but as he told me, we were in VC, and he's like, oh, he has like anxiety and that, like, bro, I understand him, bro. Like, man, bro, I have stage fright. YouTube has helped me a lot. Like, YouTube's helping me get over the stage fright. I'm not even lying, bro. Like, so he asked me if I can make this What If, and I said, all right, I'll do it. And here we are. So for this What If to actually make sense, because I don't think Kurama, the one Naruto had, I don't think he'd ever even try to talk to Naruto as a kid. But I'll say that this time, instead of Minato getting the good one, Minato he didn't even know he got the good version of Kurama or the bad version. He didn't even know that there would be two personalities. He just sealed two Kuramas. Well, he just split Kurama in half. So when Kurama got split in half, well, you know, he was extracted from itself. I'll say that Minato took the angrier version of Kurama, the one that hates all humans, while Naruto took the Kurama that actually had some sympathy, some feelings, and he didn't completely hate humans. He did hate humans, but not fully like the other version, the other part. So Naruto, it's been 4 years. Naruto's 4, and I'll say that Naruto was actually walking through the village, and you know how he is lonely. It's sad that he has no one to talk to, and I'll say he's a lot more depressed in this wife, because why not? And because like, Kurama needs, even though it's a kind of version of Kurama, he needs a catalyst to actually help out Naruto. So Naruto actually trips, and this one kid that saw Naruto fall decides to actually kick him in the hip. Which, just saying, if someone kicks you in the hip, bro, like, I wouldn't take that, my guy. I would shank it. I'm joking, but for real, if you get kicked in the hip, it hurts a lot. And started laughing at him, because Naruto actually started shedding tears since he hurt him. And also the kid's father is like, well done, son, that's my boy. And they just walked away, while all the other villagers were just looking at him. Some were whispering, he deserved it, this demon. Oh, hope he died. Hope that kid just had a knife. And this actually made Naruto even sadder, but he had to stand up and go home. He was actually heading to the ramen shop, but he decided to just walk away and just go home. And it's been like 2 hours, and Naruto's really hungry, and instead of eating ramen, what he does is just gets bread and just has the bread. And Naruto then starts crying, and he actually cries a lot. And I'll say that he cries so much that he falls asleep, and then out of nowhere he wakes up in front of a cage, a massive cage. He doesn't know what this is, but we all know this is inside his mind. And out of the cage, inside the cage, he sees darkness until a red fox eye opens, and the fox is like, so you must be Naruto, right? Naruto Uzumaki. And here I'll say that Naruto is not the same Naruto. This Naruto is a lot like weak minded. Like, he's more of a crybaby, if you guys know what I mean. So his heart is a bit weaker. He can't take much, and I can see why that could have happened. Like, if I was 4 years, if for 12 years of my life, like, the whole village was treating me like that, bro. Like, I'd seriously consider suicide, but just saying, guys, like, do not consider that. Never. If you have any problems, just come to me. I'll help you, my guy. Anyway, or girl, I don't care. We are not sexist here, even though most of my viewers are guys. It's fine. So, anyways, Naruto actually is scared and is starting to walk back until the Kurama's like, I guess you are. Anyway, my name is Kurama. I've seen what happened to you today. I've seen pretty much everything that's happened to you over your whole life. And Naruto's like, you're the 90-year-old, right? And Kurama's like, I have a name, kid. I just told you. Do you want me to just call you Brat? And Naruto's like, no. And then Kurama's like, then you call me by my name and I'll call you by yours. And Naruto's like, okay, Kurama. And Kurama then was like, I've seen what happened to you and I feel sorry. And Naruto's like, but why? And Kurama was like, well, you see, most of the people who hate you is know a secret that you don't know. And just saying, Naruto doesn't know where he is right now. He thinks he's dreaming or having a nightmare. And then Naruto's like, why? And Kurama's like, you see, you must be thinking this is some kind of dream or nightmare, but this is nothing like that. You're inside your mind. And the reason why the villagers all hate you is because I'm inside of you, the nine-tailed fox. That's why people call you a demon. People call you a demon because I'm the one who killed your parents, the fourth Hokage and Kushina Uzumaki. And Naruto's eyes widen and he's like, the fourth Hokage? And Kurama's like, I should have known that old man wouldn't have ever told you. But yes, you're the son of the fourth Hokage, Minato Namikaze. But you had to take the name of your mother. I mean, the old man did something good for you. And Naruto's like, but why couldn't I take my dad's name? And Naruto is actually taking this really well for a 4-year-old kid. But I'll say this Naruto is he might be more of a crybaby, but he's the complete opposite of the normal Naruto. The normal Naruto was an outrovert, so basically outgoing, just like me. Guys, I'm outgoing, even though I have stage fright. He's more outgoing, but he's kind of stupid. While this Naruto is more of an introvert, but he's a bit smarter. He took a bit, he took a lot from his father. And just saying, I'm not going to change his hair. Allow it. Nah. If you guys were in one of my latest stream, oh bro, you understand how much frustration I had to go through. The Uchiha what if I fucked up, man. Anyway, so sorry for the bad language, but like, come on, man, I'm triggered. So Naruto took a lot more from his father. Not fully. He's not a prodigy, but he took a bit of brains instead of just taking the looks. He took a bit of brains as well. And yeah, so Naruto was actually taking this really well. He was calm-headed. He's like, if I panic, it's just going to make this longer. And it's just going to make me more confused. So he understands that if he's calm, he will understand what Kurama's saying. And he will understand a lot more of what happened on that day. And then Kurama was like, well, you must be thinking I'm trying to control your body or something. But I'm trying to help you. And then Naruto asked, you said something about the third Hokage being smart about something. And Naruto understood that by old man he meant the third Hokage, since the third Hokage was pretty much the only person, since he still hasn't met Iruka yet. The third Hokage is pretty much the only person that talks to Naruto, and except for Ichiraku Ramen. But of course, then Kurama's like, well, you see, your father made a lot of enemies when he in the third Great Ninja War, and if those enemies found out he had a child, and since he's dead and no one's protecting you, they'll definitely come for you and kill you, slaughter you. So Naruto, never tell anyone that you're the fourth Hokage's son. If the word gets out, you're going to get killed. Naruto is trying to keep his head cool, but that no one would, even I wouldn't, like, bro, like, if I found out who my father was, like, I don't care about that, but if I found out the fourth Hokage was my father, and then if I tried to tell anyone I'd get killed, hey bro, I'm good, I'd be shook, my guy, I'd be panicking. I'm like, hey bro, what the fuck is this, my guy? Sorry for the bad language, guys, bro. I try to keep it as PG as possible, but I'm trying to be more like, when I record my videos, I'm trying to say, like, I'm talking to my friends or something. Like, I consider all of my fans as my friends. Come on, guys. Anyways, so Naruto keeps asking questions like why the Nine Tails is helping him, since, like, he's like, Kurama, why are you helping me if I'm the one who's keeping you imprisoned inside of me? And Kurama's like, well, kid, I've seen, as I told you twice already, I've seen everything that's happened to you, and I know the reason why. I know the reason why your parents are not here for you. I know the reason why people hate you, and I know the reason why you don't have any friends, and that reason is me. And my consciousness is telling me to help you. I don't know how, but I'm the one who's going to raise you like a father. I'll be your father from now on. Don't call me that though. And Naruto's like, you'll be my friend? And Kurama's like, yes, Naruto, I'll be your friend. Come here now. And Naruto walks closer to the cage, and Kurama actually puts out his palm and says, here, touch my palm. Bro, like, that kind of sounds gay, but you'll understand. So Naruto actually touches it, and then he can feel a strong power within him, like, awaken. Like, it's the chakra vessels that were, like, you know how Naruto had the Nine Tails, yeah, and he couldn't use his chakra properly since the Nine Tails was distorting the chakra. Well, you see, Kurama was doing this as well. Kurama was doing it as well, but now that he has sympathy for Naruto, he wants to unlock all his chakra vessels that he was blocking, and Naruto's chakra vessels actually got unlocked, and he felt a lot stronger. And then Kurama's like, oh, you see, Naruto, you can use my chakra, not all of it though, since we are basically friends now, but if one day you're able to open this cage, release me from my bindings, I'll be able to give you my full power, and you'll be unstoppable. Of course, that's not true. People could still stop Naruto, but you know, right now. And yeah, so then Naruto asks, can I ask you why the fourth Hokage chose me? Like, why would he seal you inside of me? And Kurama does know this. Like, he did hear the conversation between Minato and Kushina, and Kurama's like, listen, Naruto, you may think your father did this because he hated you or something, or the world just doesn't like you, that's why you have me inside of you. But there was a reason why I'm inside of you. You see, on the day of your birth, and not here, Kurama tells what happened on the day of his birthday, you know, when he was born, and you guys know that already, so I'm not going to cover that. So I'll just get to the good bit. So then Kurama explains what happened and who's the masked man. Apparently his mother Uchiha, but he knows it's he knows it's Mother Uchiha, and he doesn't know it's actually Mother because he couldn't really feel it since it was under Genjutsu. And then Kurama's like, before your father died, I heard the conversation. He said that he believed in you, Naruto. He believed that you will be able to stop the masked man from starting a great war, and he believed that you will be able to master my power, control me, and wield my power for good. And Naruto's like, he believed in me, and no one, never in his life, in his 4 years of life, Naruto has never heard these words, and he actually collapsed and started crying. He's like, he believed in me, and that kind of shit. And basically, and Kurama's like, I believe in you, but I believe in you too, Naruto. You will be able to beat Madara Uchiha, and you have already got my allegiance. So technically, you can use my power, but not fully. One day, I am sure, destiny will unbind me from my chains, and we will be able to work together, Naruto. But for now, you have to keep this a secret. Do not tell anyone that me and you have spoken, or anyone about your power. You can only use this power in emergencies right now, because even a Jonin wouldn't be able to handle you if you were using my power. And just saying, Naruto's like, what power? And since he felt his chakra vessels unlocking, but he really didn't know about the KCM thing. And Kurama's like, try using the power you felt before. Try engulfing yourself in it. Try using it as try engulfing yourself into the power. And Naruto imagines it a sea of power, and him getting drowned by it. And when he opens his eyes, he can feel something different within him, and even outside of him. And he looks at his arm, his hands, and they're all orange. And just saying, yes, he already has KCM1. So Naruto's like, what is this, Kurama? And Kurama's like, see, Naruto, this is the power of me and you combined, and you'll be able to get a stronger version of it once I'm free. And Naruto understands. And then Kurama's like, anyways, Naruto, you're going to start the academy in 4 years, right? And Naruto's like, yeah, I want to become a ninja too. And then Kurama's like, well, you see, I'll be helping you with that. I'll be helping you study. I'll raise you into the strongest shinobi that has ever lived. I'll raise you stronger than even the first Hokage, who was able to beat me in a battle easily without having to even try against me. You'll be stronger than him, and I'll make you stronger than the Sage of Six Paths. And Naruto never heard of that name, and he's like, who's the Sage of Six Paths? And Kurama's like, I guess you still haven't heard of him. Well, you see. And then Kurama explains some history, and Naruto understands that all the tail beasts were once one tail beast called the Ten Tails, and people have tried to revive the Ten Tails in the past, but it's never worked. And also, Naruto doesn't know about the reincarnation of Ashura, even though Kurama can feel a strong power that doesn't belong to Naruto, is of someone else, doesn't belong to him, doesn't belong to Naruto, but he can feel that power. And he remembers this power, because remember, Kurama did know Ashura and Indra and their powers and their chakra, so the chakra signature is really similar. But Kurama doesn't want to interfere with this, because he knows this is the reincarnation. Naruto is basically the reincarnation of Ashura, and someone else is. And if Naruto is the reincarnation of Ashura, there must in Naruto's generation, that means there must be a reincarnation of Indra, which will have to be who has to be an Uchiha. And so yeah, so wait, sorry guys, I meant when I said Naruto will be starting the academy in 4 years, I meant you start the academy at the age of no, wait, when you start, wait, I'm tripping, right? Nah, I was right. No, I was so confused. Why am I saying at the age of 6? I'm a dumb. Yeah, no, age of 8. Yeah. So here we have a little time skip. Naruto's time has run out with Kurama, and now Naruto can telepathically talk to Kurama through his mind. And I'll say 4 years have passed. Naruto has signed up for the academy, and Naruto is actually changed a lot. He's much smart. He's not a prodigy, just saying. He's just averagely smart. And he's much smarter. And he has 2 friends. since he hung out with them in the park called Choji and Shikamaru. But Naruto might be averagely smart, but he doesn't try in school. Yeah, it's been like a few weeks after the academy started. Yeah, it's been a few weeks, and Naruto decided that he already knows everything that is taught in the academy, and he doesn't really want to try. And Kurama understands, and he sees who the best in Naruto's class is, and it's an Uchiha, which Kurama can feel the power of Indra in. So he knows that this Uchiha is the reincarnation of Indra Otsutsuki, and uh, the Kurama once does know the academy system that in 4 years they will be assigned in a team, and the best in the class will be assigned with the worst in the class, and another random member. Yeah, so he wants Naruto to be in the same team as Indra, because as Sasuke Uchiha, but because he knows that Indra's reincarnation is basically bad and is trying to destroy the world and so he wants to keep an eye on Sasuke in case he knows about this chakra, since Naruto doesn't know, and one day he'll find out, and he wants to see if Sasuke knows, so he wants to keep an eye on him. So Naruto actually is at the bottom of the class, but Naruto already knows the knows the shadow clone jutsu, the clone jutsu, and just saying, Kurama does know a lot of techniques, and he already allowed Naruto to use all 5 chakra natures, so Naruto knows about all 5 chakra natures. He knows a few techniques like the water clone, the lightning clone, the shadow clone, and also he knows the water shockwave. Yes, Kurama does know it. Just don't ask me how he knows it. Come on, he's been living for like thousands of years, and he must know it by now, because he saw bare people, like a lot of ninjas using it. So he knows about that, and also Naruto knows the the lightning stream to combine 2 of them, and also Naruto knows the mud wall, he knows the fireball jutsu, he knows the wind gale palm, and a few other techniques that I'll list in the next part when Naruto starts the academy. And yeah, so Naruto we'll have another time skip here. So Naruto is now 12, and Naruto is known as the worst in the class, but he's not a goofball. He's more of a shy kid, and no one really notices him except for his friends. And just saying, Hinata does still like him, since Naruto did still go through that time when he saved Hinata from the bullies. That thing just still happens. So Naruto is actually an introvert. It's like he's more like Shikamaru. He just doesn't care. And so Naruto is now 12, and the final exam arrives. So I'll say that this time Mizuki goes to Naruto earlier and tells him about the scroll, and Naruto actually says, I'll tell you tomorrow to Mizuki. And Naruto actually this happened a week before the final exam, and Naruto told Kurama already knew, and he's like, well, you see, if you steal the scroll of ceilings, you'll be able to learn a few new jutsus, and well, if you don't, Mizuki's plans will be ruined, and you won't learn much. But if you do, you'll be able to catch Mizuki after learning something new. It'd be a good idea to accept the offer. I'd say you do it. And then the next day, Naruto comes to Mizuki and is like, Mizuki Sensei, I'll steal the scroll of sealing. And just saying, Kurama can already feel, Naruto can feel people's intentions already, so he knows that Mizuki was planning something, because he had bad intentions, and that's why Kurama's like, oh, we'll just ruin his plans. So Naruto actually steals it the next day and at night, and people still start chasing him. And Naruto, instead of actually trying to learn a jutsu, he actually writes as many jutsus as he can. He writes down the Flying Raijin, the Rasengan, and I'll say that he also writes down the summoning jutsu, but the thing is, with the summoning jutsu, he needs a contract, and no one will give him a contract. So he could only write 3 until Mizuki and Iruka arrived, and the same things happened here. And in the end, Naruto, instead of actually running away, he's like Shadow Clone Jutsu in front of Iruka. Iruka arrives a bit after Mizuki, and I'll say that Mizuki gets pummeled in front of Iruka, and Iruka sees how strong Naruto is and how he already knows the Shadow Clone Jutsu, and he thought that he learnt it from the scroll. He actually passes Naruto early, and Naruto still was the dead last, so he would still be put in the same team. And a few days later, then the final exam came, and that was passed. And I'll say now it's the team assigning. So now we get into the actual story. So the story started technically like a day before the assigning of the teams. So technically now is when it starts. So Naruto is assigned into Team 7. He's kind of bummed out since he couldn't be in a team with Choji and Shikamaru. So he's like, anyway, whatever. I mean, at least I'm in a team. At least a pass. He doesn't know how to feel about this team, and he's like, whatever. And while they were waiting for Kakashi, of course, all the Jonin team leaders arrived and took the students. While he was waiting for Kakashi, what he did is just meditate and try to increase his chakra control. And just saying, he already knows tree walking, water walking, and he knows a few, like, just saying, what another jutsu that he wrote down that I didn't mention was the Shadow Kunai Jutsu and the Shadow Shuriken Jutsu. They need a lot of chakra to be done, so Naruto learns them. And in those past few days, Naruto actually mastered the Shadow Kunai Jutsu, and he's trying to master the Shadow Shuriken Jutsu, and he does that in his mind while meditating. Like imagines him using it, and that kind of thing. Like, how he fought Kurama in his mind. Yeah, he was doing that. Kurama is always behind the cage, and Kurama's like his father figure. Just saying, not really. He's like more like a brother to him. So Kurama actually raised Naruto really well. Naruto has manners. He ate well, so he's a bit taller, and also he dresses a bit better instead of all orange. Naruto still wears orange to respect that Kurama's orange, and that I just wanna be like you, orange. But he's more like the Naruto the last movie. So his trousers are orange and his top is black and a bit of orange. So the Naruto the last clothes, and yeah. So actually, no, screw that. I don't even want to change that, please. I don't want to edit more. I don't want to edit a full picture, please, guys. I'm sorry. He wears the normal clothes. Allow it, please. Why did I even spend a minute talking about that? Oh my god, I'm an idiot. Anyway, so 3 hours later, Naruto is actually confident that he knows the Shadow Shuriken Jutsu by now, and the Shadow Kunai Jutsu. So the Jonin team leader arrives, and he introduces himself as, I'm Kakashi, your Jonin team leader. Let's go to the roof. And of course, he still says, "Oh, you guys are boring" at the end, and he asks about their dreams. And first is Sakura. Well, first is Sakura, yeah. So Sakura says, "Oh, the same things for Sakura and Sasuke." And then it's Naruto. Naruto's like, "My dream is to become Hokage and protect this village, just like my dad." Well, he's like, "Just like my dad. I mean, I just want to be Hokage because I want to be acknowledged by everyone. And Kurama's like, oh my god, Naruto, you slipped up way too much. Remember, this Jonin team leader of yours was a... Well, actually, he doesn't know. So, he's like, Naruto, never slip up like that again. And Naruto's like, I'm sorry, I won't do that again. And Kakashi actually caught on to this. And he's like, what was he gonna say? He said that. Don't tell me Naruto already knows. No, impossible. So next, and then he's like, my likes are ramen and my dislikes are not training. Yeah, and that was pretty much it. And Kakashi was actually really interested by mostly Naruto. He was in the original. He was interested in Sasuke, a bit in Sasuke, since Sasuke's dreams were like something he wouldn't have expected or out of a normal kid. But he's an Uchiha and his clan did get slaughtered, so it was pretty obvious something like that would be his dream. But for Naruto's dream was a lot different, because, and it was really interesting to Kakashi, since Naruto did slip up a bit by saying, oh, I want to protect the village just like my dad. And he's like, just saying, Sasuke didn't catch to it because he didn't really care, he wasn't listening, and Sakura was just daydreaming about having getting annihilated by Sasuke in bed. I'm joking. I'm never going to do something dirty in my voice. Allow it, please. She was just like admiring Sasuke, the emo version of Sasuke, the one that hates so freaking much. Yeah, so Kakashi was really interested by this, but he didn't have any proof that Naruto was meant to say what he said. That he didn't have any proof that Naruto knows who his father was, so he couldn't really talk to the Hokage. And if he was wrong, he'd just be wasting the Hokage's time and just saying this is not the era of the Boruto where all the Hokages are in peace. This is an era of war where all the Hokages are trying to kill each other, to be honest. But so the Hokage really doesn't have time for this, so he wants to first test Naruto out, because he knows a lot about Naruto, like how he stole the scroll, and if he can see some improvement, like something that his teacher did, a jutsu, like if he knows the full, if Naruto knows the full Hokage, he knows that it's his father, he is sure that he would try to do something his father did, while if he didn't, he wouldn't try anything. And Kakashi knows pretty much everything about the full Hokage. I'm joking. Like, he knows about the full Hokage being able to do the Shadow Shuriken Jutsu, Shadow Kunai Jutsu, since there were actually really hard techniques to master, even for him. Without the Sharingan, he wasn't going to master them. He was struggling without it before having the Sharingan, and it was pretty hard for him. So he knows that it's not easy, and the only Jonin that he knew that knew it in the village is technically the third Hokage, since the third Hokage knows every single ninjutsu ever known to the Leaf Village. Yes, it's been this is true. It was in a data book, and and the fourth Hokage, so he doesn't know about the second and the first Hokage. So like, yeah, and this is where I'm going to end off. Yes, I know it was only 33 minutes, but I'm trying to upload daily from now on, and once we hit 100 members, yes, I will still do an hour video. Anyways, hope you all enjoyed. Please take care, stay safe, join my Discord server, link in the description, follow me on Twitter and Instagram, subscribe to Retreat and Miniman123. This was the King of Weebs here, and peace.